Page number 163.
163.
3. Yeah, chapter 3. I think that one, that same thing. You just opened it now?
Yeah.
Back. That's old Bhagavad Gita. Maybe the page number is different.
163.
Yeah. You have to. What is that?
But
Karma Yoga.
But this is 3.16, so if you are
Actually, you have to go back. You take other copy because that's the old one.
Oh, this is the old one?
Content is same, but just
right, but pages number.
Pages number, right. Okay. So now we'll start with the chapter 3, which is entitled as a Karma Yoga. So previously in second chapter, we have studied. It's like a content of Gita summarized. So all the topics, what Lord going to explain in next 16 chapters, He has already covered it in briefly in second chapter. Like He first spoke about the living entity, who we are, what is our relationship with the Lord, how to establish that relationship, what is Nishkam Karma Yoga, what is Bhakti Yoga, what is Buddhi Yoga, and then what are the qualities of the person who performs the devotional service. That things already has covered in second chapter. Now, in the third chapter, Lord is explaining about how to understand this Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi, here he refers as the intelligence. So how to use this intelligence for the service of their Lordship. And Krishna is asking him that if that Buddhi Yoga or devotional service is superior to everything, why you are pushing me for this ghastly war then? Why you are forcing me to do this karma? What is the reason behind that? Then in the first two verses of this chapter 3, Arjuna inquires whether better to situate in knowledge or to work. And two are totally opposite to each other. So what you are asking me to do? Please clear it. So here the chapter starts with Arjuna's question. Arjuna Uvacha Jayasi Cheta Karmanasте Mata Buddhir Janardana Tatkim Karmani Ghore Mam Yojayasi Keshava. Arjun said, O Janardana, O Keshav, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare? If you think that the intelligence is better than the fruitive word. In the purport, Prabhupada explains that the Supreme Personality of a Godhead, Sri Krishna, has very elaborately described the constitution of the soul in previous chapter, with a view to delivering his intimate friend Arjuna from the ocean of material grief. That's where the first words where Lord started his teachings. There he asked him, Ashochananga Shochaskam Pragyavadansha Bhashase. You are thinking about the thing which suppose not to be thought about. Because he was thinking about the killing of his own kinsman and how he is going to get sin by that, how the Kulachar will be get destroyed, and how the Varna Sankara will happen. He was thinking about all that things. As per the civilized human being, what he was thinking, that was rational. Because as per the Dharma Shastra and Niti Shastra, he was giving these arguments. But as our identity is none other than the part and parcel of the Lord, being a Jivas, we are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of God. So we are eternal. So Jiva is not going to get that. Who is going to get that? This body. So he said, you are thinking about the body, not about the soul. So there comes the part of intelligence which makes you to think about. And that intelligence comes from the Lord. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamukayam. I give that intelligence. Which intelligence? The intelligence through which you can discriminate what's good, what's bad, what is sat, what is asat. And that comes by Lord's mercy. Then Lord has explained him that, and now he is asking you to fight again. So he said, why? Question is just if they ask you what fair. What's the reason behind that? Vyamishreneva vakyena shreyo aham apnu. See here we can understand the qualities of disciple also. Generally we accept the spirituality blindly. Mass of people they follow, so we should also follow. This Baba is good because people they think about him, they spread so much about him, so he is good, so we follow him. We accept someone as a spiritual master, but where? In the photographs only. Yeah, I know he is my spiritual master, but where? On the there is no personal touch. Shishyasteham sharimam tvam prapanna. He said, please accept me as your disciple and instruct me. The real relationship between guru and disciple, where instructions are given and instructions are followed. Disciple, the word comes from discipline. And who is going to set that discipline? Spiritual master. So here Arjuna is asking the Lordship, that why you are asking me to fight? And vada nishchitya. My intelligence is bewildered, and please let me know what exactly I have to do. Don't confuse me. When there is a contradiction in the instruction, you should ask your spiritual master. Jitnyasu shreyam uttamam. The person who wants to attain the shreya, means best in his life, he should jigyasu, he should be inquiring, he should inquire about that. And that's why Arjuna, he shows this specific quality of a disciple who is serious and sincere, want to make progress in his spiritual life. So he's asking Krishna, let me know. Let me get clear from this doubt. And every time he uses one name. Just first verse itself, he says Keshava. Keshava, why Lord is known as a Keshava? Keshava means who has beautiful hair. In the age of Akali, Lavanyam Keshavardhanam said that people will think themselves beautiful, mainly the men, by growing their hairs, which can attract the people. Mostly the curly hairs or curly locks of hairs, people get more attracted to that. So he said, you are more attractive. I can understand that. But you are putting me in the confusion. That attraction is creating confusion for me. So Keshava, get me rid out of that. And then he says, my intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instruction. Therefore, please tell me decisively which will be most beneficial for me. And after hearing this question from Arjuna, Lord, from text 3 to 9, he explains about Nishkama Karma Yoga. Krishna recommends Nishkam Karma Yoga, work combined with a knowledge and detachment. That's the art of living. The fruit of that work should be offered for the satisfaction of Vishnu. Nishkam Karma Yoga allows the soul, who is active by nature, to be purified through his detached activities. See, there are two philosophies, there are two schools of philosophy. One is personal, one is impersonal. Personal, who accept Lord as a person, Sagun Sakar. And impersonal, they accept Lord as a Nirgun Nirakar. where you will have activities, where there is a akar, where there are senses, because senses through which you can perform activities. So here we can understand Karma Yoga is meant for the people who accepts Lord as a person. Impersonalists, what they think, everything is null and void for them. Ultimately, you have to enjoy in nirvana, or you have to enjoy in the impersonal Brahman feature of the Lord, where nothing you have to do. You just sit quiet and meditate on. But what? Just on light. And here Lord says that soul who is active by nature. Just try to understand. We are living entities and got entangled in this material body. In this material body, we are caged or encaged, and still we are so active. Then try to understand, when he gets out of this material body, will he be stagnant? Will be somewhere in the dormant stage? Can't be. In China, they have one particular punishment where people, they go really crazy within 3 days. What they do? They put that person in a cell which has all the 6 sides totally white color. Walls are white, ceiling is white, floor is white, bed is white, the plate they give him to eat, that is also white. What the food they give, that is also white. Whoever goes to meet him, they also put the white cloth and go to meet him. By seeing that monotone, that person goes totally crazy within 3 days, not more than that. Then try to understand. Just after, considering that after liberation, Jiva goes and he just stays in a light, what will happen? Who is by nature active, in his liberated state, can he be inactive? Even Tarka, so logically, is also not acceptable. And that's why Brahma, when he offers his prayer to their Lordship, he says that Ye Arvindaksha Vimuktamaninas Tvai Asad Bhavat Avishuddha Buddhaya Aruya Krikshena Parampadam Yatha Patanti Adaha Anadvrata Yushmata Padangare. If someone denies to accept the personal feature of the Lord, then he commits offense at the lotus feet of the Lord. And what happens then? Anadvrata, because he disrespects your lotus feet. Yushmat Padangare Patanti Adaha. He falls down from that Brahman stage, what he have attained, from that Brahman Nirvana also, he falls down. So it's essential to understand. You're on this mic? I don't think so. Check.
Echo cancelling speakerphone.
Yeah.
That's the one, right?
Then Jiva, which is active. In the conditioned stage, he is active, so he performs karma. Then which karma he should perform that will get rid of the reactions of karma? And that karma is known as the Nishkam Karma Yoga. And that has explained from text 3rd to text 9. So he says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Dvida Nishtha Pura Prokta Maya Nagha Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. The Supreme Personality of a Godhead said, O sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are 2 classes of men who try to realize the Sun. Some are inclined to understand it by empirical philosophical speculation through jnana, and their destination is impersonal Brahman. And others by devotional service. In the chapter 2nd, text number 39. एषते अभिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रयास्यसि. Thus far I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as explained in terms of working without fruitive result. O son of Prutha, when you act in such a knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of births. So this thing which Lord has explained in the text number 39, that has elaborated in these 7 verses of 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita from 3rd to 9. So this is how the whole Bhagavad Gita, each and every chapter is interlinked. So Lord has already explained about the analytical study of the material world, which is known as the Sankhya Yoga. With that knowledge, if some performs activities, that is known as a Nishkam Karma Yoga, because that knowledge gives you detachment. It's a simple thing that we can understand. If I know this body never belongs to me, why? Because when I was born, parent, they claimed about this body. They started, he's my son, and like that. When I grown up and got married, wife started claiming this body. It's my husband. So everything, whatever he earns and everything, that belongs to me. When he got a kids, then kids, they started showing their possession on this body. At the office level, colleagues. And at the fag end of the life, the death personification that claims that this is my body, I'm taking it away. And we have to leave this body. Generally we say, oh, he has left his body. Means what? So he never belonged to him. That body never belonged to him. If you have this understanding, so when you will perform any activity through this body, then that automatically detachment will come to you. Anyhow, it is not mine. So someone has given me as a trustee for this, and so I have to perform. Like someone makes you trustee of some particular temple or some society. There you never work as an owner. You work as a trustee, Vishwasta. With detachment. Anyhow, it's not mine, but I am selflessly serving you. You never get attached to the activities that you do there. So same way, if you get this analytical study, this Sankhya Yoga, then automatically this Nishkam Karma Yoga will be followed with that. Getting it? Make some sense?
Yeah.
Then further Lord says, न कर्माणम आरंभना नैष्कर्म्यम पुरुषो अश्नुते न च संन्यासात् एव सिद्धिम samadhi gacchati. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. So here Lord indirectly hammering the Gyanis or the impersonalists, because what they say, don't get in any entangle in any activity, just abstain, restrict them. Naiti, not this, not this, not this. Leave it, because all these are material. Neither this kind of intelligence or not renouncing everything, you will attain the perfection. Then what exactly one has to do? Which thing you will renounce? Which you possess. Simple. I want to donate this. Does it belong to me? And if someone says, no, I got a renunciation of this America, I want to go back now. Does America belongs to you that you wanted to give it up? Your body which you are nurturing for a lifetime, it never belongs to you. Then what you are going to renounce it? You can renounce those things which you possess, which you earn, which you can claim, these are mine. But in this world, nothing is yours. Even we say that by hard working I have got this money. But really it's your money. We men, we work for a month. At the end, we get our salary. How many or how much of that money that really we use it for our own self? Maybe for twice or thrice a year we can have a new clothes. Maybe someone is too passionate for the clothes, he can have it every month or every week he can go and buy. But whatever amount he earns, does he able to utilize for everything for himself? No. Because automatically what you earn that belongs to someone else also. They have all rights on that. So what you can give up in this world which never belongs to you? So the perfection you can't attain by restricting or abstaining yourself from the activities or neither renouncing them. Then Prabhupada gives one example. Sometimes people are, if you're about walking on the road and you get some wallet. One person will think by seeing that wallet, oh, it's not mine, so I will not look at that and I will not take it. He will move from there. Someone will, who cares? I got it, I will use it. And the third one, what he will do? Oh, he will open it, he will check it out. He must be having some address there inside, some driving license or some card which can shows that it belongs to him. He contacts that person and gives it back to him. So which is the better way? Just to leave it on the road, take it and enjoy, or just give it whom it belongs? Which is the best way? Third way. So same way in this world we have to do it. Impersonalists, they wanted to restrict themselves or abstain themselves for taking that. Karmis, they try to enjoy it. They utilize them for their own sins. But devotee, what they do? They utilize everything for the person whom it belongs. And this whole world belongs to whom? If we go further, the Lord says, Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarva pravartate. I am the controller and owner of everything. And from it, everything emanates from me. And devotees, they know it and they utilize all that things in his service. As he said, what I need from you? Patram pushpam param toyam. Yome bhaktya prayachati. He's not asking anything else. He's asking everything which is readily available in the nature that you can give it to the Lord with love and devotion. Like a small kid goes to his papa and asks, I need some 10 bucks. Oh, this is for what? No, I want to get something. So he gives it. Then that boy goes to the shop and gets some 10 bucks worth nice gift, wrap it around, comes. And next day morning, before his papa wakes up, he goes, lovingly he wakes him and give him, Papa, happy birthday to you. Does that father thinks that this rascal took 10 bucks from me yesterday, he brought something and he is giving me now? What do you think? It will be like a surprise for him, and that time, that particular activity, he remembers till the last breath of his life. See, my son, he loves me so much. He never says, he never explains his friends or his relatives that whatever he has given, that's from my money only. But what he says, that act of love, that love he spreads out everywhere. He said, you know my son, how much he loves me? Only in the morning he came up and gave me this gift. So same way, everything belongs to the Lord. But when we offer it again back to the Lord, Tera tujhko hi arpan. So when we do that, that increases our loving relationship with the Lord. And that's what Bhagavad Gita is teaching us. And Lord wants that only, nothing else. And he becomes happy. Everything we are getting it from here only and offering it to him, which never belongs to us. It belongs to him only. But that gesture of giving, that reciprocation, that takes us out from these reactions of activities. Make some sense? Then further Lord says, Nahi kashit kshanamapi jatum tishtatya karmakrit karyate yavashak karma sarvah prakriti janair gunaihi. No one can live without performing any activity. Because all we are work under the influence of modes of material nature. Someone else is there who is controlling us. Who is that? Karmana daiva netrena jantur deha prapatya. That daiva, our prarabdha, whatever activities that we have done in previous life, they are monitored by whom? Modes of material nature. Prakriter, jane, gunaha. These modes of material nature. Raja, Tama and Sattva. In day only we can make it up. When you get up from the bed early in the morning, you are fresh. You are more tend to perform some activities which are in the mood of goodness. You like to take bath, then you would like to meditate, or do some pranayama, or remember some prayers, offer some prayer, remember the Lordship, be peaceful. That's natural early in the morning. As after 9, 9:30, the mode of passion starts working on us. So you become more activate to perform your regular job schedule or your activities which can earn money. And when the days goes down, near about the sunset, you feel lethargic, little bit lazy. No, don't feel that much energetic. Like to go home and just take bath and get relaxed. This mode of ignorance. So this is how they are acting on us. There are some people, the whole day they are in the mode of goodness. There are some people, they are in the mode of passion. And there are some people who just booze out for days together because they are in the mode of ignorance. So no one can live without performing any activity because everyone is governed by the modes of material nature. And that's why Lord says that Nahi kashit kshanamapi jato tishtati akarmakrut. Not a single moment you can remain without performing any karma. Karyate yavashak karma sarva prakrute janaha. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. Now, Prabhupada has quoted one shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yatva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan apakvo athapate tato yadi yatra kvava bhadram abhud amushyakim kovartha apto abhajatam swadharmataha. If someone takes to Krishna consciousness or devotional service to the Lord, even though he may not follow the prescribed duties in Shastras to execute the devotional service properly, and even though he may fall down from the standard, there is no loss or evil for him. But if he carries out all the injunctions for purification in Shastras, that does not it avail him if he is not Krishna conscious. So the purificatory process is necessary for reaching this point of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, sannyas or any purificatory process is to help reach the ultimate goal of becoming Krishna conscious, without which everything is considered as a failure. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is explained that sam siddhir hari toshana. The ultimate perfection of each and every activity, whether Lord is pleased with that or not. If it is not, then whole endeavor is just useless, whatever you may do. And that same thing as explained in this verse. You may have performed so many pious activities, but if you have not developed love and devotion for the Lord, all these pious activities cause bondage for you. In the 17th chapter, that has explained. In the mode of goodness, someone performs pious activity. In the mode of passion, someone performs activities which bounds him in this material world. And in the mode of ignorance, he performs such activities that never gets him up on any higher levels. Whether it is a gold, whether it is a copper, or whether it is a iron, shackle is shackle. That will keep you bound only. So same way these gunas. Guna, the Sanskrit word means rope. What's the purpose of rope? For what we use generally rope? To bind something. So same way, whether it is a mode of goodness, whether it is a satoguna, whether it is a rajoguna, whether it is a tamoguna, purpose of them is to bind you in this material world. In the mode of goodness, how one gets bound? The sense of knowledge and happiness. Sukham Sattve Bandha. In the mode of goodness, the feeling of happiness that's bounds. That's why all the demigods, they enjoy their luxurious life. But as their credits are over, Kshine Punya Vartalokam Vishanti. They are kicked out from there and they fall down in this mortal world on the earthly planets. And Tamo Gachanti Adha. In the mode of goodness, they go down in such a way that they never come up. And Madhya Sattvasto Rajasaha. And who wants to perform activities for sense gratification, they stays in this earthly planet, where they have to suffer for the reaction. Animals, they don't have to suffer for their any sinful actions, because they don't do it for their sense gratification. They do it as per the laws of nature. Demigods also, they don't perform any pious activities when they got the status of demigods, because there is only that life is meant to enjoy the credits that you have earned it. You can't earn more credits there. Only in this human form of a life on the earthly planets you can create new karma. You can enjoy what as per your prarabdha is there, but again you can create some karma that can help you for future life, either to go to heavenly planets or degrade yourself to animal kingdom. And that's why this earthly planet or human form of a life especially is known as a tapo janma, tapo divyam putrakayena sattva, because that tapasya, the austerity, that purifies you and makes you eligible to elevate yourself on the stage of Krishna consciousness. That's what it is said. If you perform pious activities, you will go to the heavenly planets, but not sure, you will not get devotion there. Indra himself, he prays in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, "Oh my Lord, if there is some punya, krita punya punja, if that punya is there, then please give us birth on the earthly planet, especially in Bharatavarsha." It is clearly mentioned in that verse. They beg at the lotus feet of the Lord, if some pious credits are there, please give us birth here. It's spontaneous to render service to you. It's very easy to remember you, to think about you, to discuss about you. Other places it's very difficult. In Marathi, Tukaram Maharaj says that Swargiche te amarata ichhitati deva matyaloki bhava janmavacha. Even the immortals in the heavenly planets, they pray to their Lordship, please give us birth on this earthly planet, where we can perform your devotion. And that's what Lord explains here. Further he says, कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इंद्रियान् अर्थान् विमूढ़ात्मा मिथ्याचार स उच्यते. One who restrains the senses of action but whose mind dwells on sense objects certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. That's very hard. That's the reality. We pretend to be devoted or godly men, but really we are. He has given the parameter through which you can judge yourself who we are. Whether we are pretender or whether we are genuine, sincere practitioner who wants to make progress in spiritual life. People, they wanted to make show of spirituality. For that they join some trust, some society, they go to some temple. One sense it's okay, rather than going to some clubs or pubs, getting membership there and getting involved there. Rather than that, it's better at least you are coming to temple. But after coming to temple, if you are not able to make a right choice and make progress in a proper direction, then nothing but Lord says you are pretender. Senses may be restrained, but if mind is not controlled, then whole show will be useless. Like sitting here, but right now mind is wandering everywhere. Sitting here and remembering some 10 years back I have given $10 to someone and he has not returned it now. Such a foolish thoughts comes in our mind, which are totally irrelevant to the present situation. And generally it happens when you go to temple or when you are hearing some discourse, irrelevant thing comes in the mind. That's the nature of mind, because it never wants to get control. And the whole spiritual process is meant to control our mind. In the 6th chapter, Lord says, Manayeva uddharet atmanam nanatmanam yanatmanam na uddharet. The person who has controlled his mind, only he can deliver himself. Anatmanasya shatrutve vartet atmayeva shatruva. And if he is not able to control the mind, he is living with the biggest enemy. And everyone wants to have a peace. If mind is not controlled, where from you are going to get a peace? Is that possible? No ways. In the Amrita Bindu Upanishad it is said, Manayeva Manushanam Karanam Moksha Bandhaya. Bandho Vishaya Sangat Muktaiva Nirvishaya Mana. Mind is the cause of our bondage and liberation. If it is attached with the activities of sense gratification, that will create bondage for us. And it get detached from that, then that will create a path which is broad way or free way to go to their lordship or liberation. The person whose mind is not controlled is considered here as a pretender. And Lord never likes mithyacharis who are pretenders. Then further he says, Yastu indriyani manasa niyamya arabhate arjuna karmendriyehi karma yogam asakta sa vishishyate. He says, on the other hand, if sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind and begins karma yoga in Krishna consciousness without attachment, he is by far superior. This is what Nishkam Karma Yoga. You do your activities, but don't get mentally entangled with them. Because senses by nature they are active and they will do their work. But mind should not get entangled in that. That's the art of living. But difficult. But he says, Niyamya arambhate. If you do it with a practice, control them, it works. नियतम कुरु कर्मत्वम कर्म जायो ह्य कर्मणः शरीर यात्रापि चते न प्रसिद्ध्यत अकर्मणः. Perform your prescribed duty. For doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. Like even sannyasi, they have to also go and beg, then only they are going to get alms. After giving up everything, also you have to perform some activities to maintain yourself. Then it's better to follow your prescribed duty. Because Arjuna wanted to quit. He put down his bow and arrow, everything. He said, "Oh my lord, now I'll give it. I don't want to work now. Enough of this. I want to give up. Better I should go and beg, but I don't want to fight." I said, how it can happen? Being a Kshatriya, you are passionate and you need to work. You can't just give up like that. Even you give up also and you become sannyasi, if someone comes and he challenges you, you will again start fighting because that's your nature. So better to better to do your prescribed duties rather than giving them up. But how to do that? That he has explained in the next verse. You perform your prescribed duty, but in what mood? In the next verse he says, Yajnartha karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Yajnartha karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. So what is meant by yajna? The activities which is performed to satisfy Lord Vishnu, they are known as a yajna. When we go further, then there are different sort of yajnas they have explained. Swadhyaya yajna, dravya yajna, tapo yajna. All that has explained. Ultimately, all these things meant for what? To please the Supreme Personality of God. If you don't please Him, lokoyam karma bandhana, the same activity will become bondage for you. That's why what we do, when we cook, we offer it to the Lord. Because while cooking, while bringing that material, you have to work. While performing activities, sometimes you have to do some illegal activities to earn money. Even though it is Srimad Bhagavatam says that how honestly and sincerely you may have earned money, it comes along with 15 anarthas. 15 sinful seeds which causes sin. How to get rid of that? Danena shuddhyate dhanam. By charity, wealth gets purified. Then whom to give this wealth? Whom to give this charity? Brahmana, because they are dear to the Lord, because they use that charity for the service of the Lord. With that charity, dhan gets purified. Otherwise, giving to some hospital, giving to some trust, that will spoil, that brings you a reaction. For example, you are given it to some charitable trust which runs the eye hospital. They do surgery freely for the people and people get rid of the blindness and they work. If some thief comes who is blind because of some circumstances, if he get proper eyes, what he will be engaged again after going? So whatever he does, sins, whatever activity, or you may be some homeless guy is going around the road and you are stopping at the signal, he comes and he asks for some money, you give it to him. He takes that and goes and gets drugs or some intoxication. Who is going to get that karma? It's you. You may have given with a nice heart, but you have given to the wrong person. So your charity is in the mode of ignorance, which will brings you down from your elevated level. So while giving donation also one has to be very careful whom they are giving and where it is ultimately utilized. If it is samsantir haritoshanam, okay, it can go. Otherwise, best way, cook and feed the people. What you have to feed? Before feeding them, offer it to the Lord. So it will become sinless and that will purify them. Ahara shuddhi, sattva shuddhi, dhyamati. If food is purified, and how to purify food? By offering it to the Lord. So yajnartha karmano anyat. So you have to perform the activities for the pleasure of Vishnu. And if you don't do that, then lokoyam karma bandhana. The same activities will become bondage for you. And this is how Lord has explained here about the Nishkama Karma Yoga. So any point that need to be discussed or any question, any comment about this? Palatable to digest? Huh? Because if you don't study this thing properly, otherwise foolish people, what they think? Bhagavad Gita teaches about Karma Yoga. Huh? It's the general understanding of Indian people. What Bhagavad Gita teaches? Karmanyavadhikaras. What it means? Which karma he wants that you should do it? This karma. Yajnartha karma. To karma that pleases Krishna. That karma one has to. They forget the next line. Ma karma phala hetu hir. And they claim that person as a karma yogi. Oh, he is working. The donkey will be the most eligible person to get that title as a karma yogi. Because he is a selfless worker. He never depends upon his owner to eat. He works for his owner and goes and eats on the garbage can somewhere. They never fed him. So his work is selfless. So that is what Krishna says to do it to us. No. Yajnata karmana anyatra lokoyam karma. You should do karma that will please Lord Krishna. Because that will purify your existence. That will purify your consciousness. That will brings you to the Krishna consciousness or devotional service to the Lord, which will give you the higher purpose of your life. And for that reason only, the whole Bhagavad Gita has spoken. And that's what the Karma Yoga Lord wants from us. Karma Yoga. Yoga, the word comes from Yuja Dhatu. The root verb of yoga is Yuja. Yuja means which connects. So the thing which connects you with the Lord, the activity which connects you with the Lord is called as Karma Yoga. So whatever you may do then. Arjuna fighting on the battlefield, for him that was Karma Yoga. Housewife cooking at home, making a nice preparation and offering it to the Lord, that is Karma Yoga for her. Kids going to the school, properly studying their studies, keeping in the mind that the ultimate goal is to understand Krishna. Why I am doing all these things? Because now this is the time when I can do all these things. So let me do it so that I can understand Krishna. Someone is working and earning money for what? Because I have to maintain my family, which is my responsibility, which is given by the Lord. And they are the part and parcel of the Lord. And I have invited them to become my family members. So it is my responsibility to take care of them as a part and parcel of the Lord. And for that reason I am working. If he has that consideration, then that same activity becomes Karma Yoga for him. Because it is again connecting him with the Lord. Even taking bath, that also becomes Karma Yoga. if in your mind you are thinking, I have to go and take darshan of their lordship. So for what I am getting fresh, because I have to be presentable in front of the Lord. This is how the God consciousness or Krishna consciousness works in our practical life. Whatever your abilities are there, whatever your capacities are there, we need to engage it in Krishna's. And that's the ultimate goal. Why people earning so much of money, ultimately they go somewhere to get peace of mind. Where they go? To the person who is not entangled in all these activities. There they go ultimately. Because that's the thing which is going to give you a peace in your life. Not what you are exactly doing, but the consciousness behind that will give you peace of mind. Make sense? So, next time we will discuss about how this karma can be performed in this material world when we are staying with all this material surrounding. The Lord says about how we should have a proper connection with the demigods. What are the things that we have to do which can give us a proper understanding, which will not have a more duality, but peaceful life we can live with that. So that has explained in next 7 verses from 10 to 16. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So, okay. Actually, every Wednesday we are having such a discussion. So whenever you get time, you can just drop. Bye.